Nobody can explain this. It's really weird. What? Nobody can explain how airplanes fly. Nobody can explain how the DMV works. It's like, no, everyone can do that. You can't because you're an idiot.
You really have to wonder, in fact, if we would have said 3 weeks ago, Blake, if we would have said that Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racists. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken.
Oh my God. He went and took a situation where people were saying like affirmative action helped us and literally turned it racist again. Turned it extra racist. Dude, I swear to God, Charlie Kirk is like, he's just jealous. He's like, nobody will outdo me, okay? I will not be outdone.
Really, seriously? You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, that's how affirmative action works. That's awesome. Charlie Kirk, one of his famous lines is that he has lied about how affirmative action stopped them from getting into the military academy, which was a lie, by the way. There was no indication that he was ever supposed to make it into the military academy, but he just lied about it. That was like his first lie. I think he wrote a high school paper on it, which got into Breitbart. That was how he became famous.
Somewhat seriously, play cut 52.
But I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color, but I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be.
Wait, whoa. Wait, why is this so obvious? Oh, that's why. Why is it? Oh, okay.
Be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. This is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh, of course. That's why
Okay, no matter what your opinion on affirmative action is, okay, I don't give a Maybe you think it's a Band-Aid solution to an open gaping wound that wasn't all that successful ultimately. The fact that it makes people like Charlie Kirk this mad is reason alone for me to defend it till the day I die. It's not like I like Joy Reid, you know what I mean? I don't like her at all. She is directly in opposition to the way I view the world. Love affirmative action. Will defend it till the day I die. Look at how mad these babies get. Their perpetual victimhood narrative for a brief moment is legitimized in their eyes, so it makes them go crazy.
We need affirmative action because you have impressed us with your brilliance.
Charlie Kirk got his degree from a university with a 100% acceptance rate. Charlie Kirk did not go to college.
Of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid. Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policy. That turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through our policy.
Charlie Kirk said Joy Reid, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Sheila Jackson Lee, and Michelle Obama used affirmative action because they do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken seriously, so they had to steal a white person's slot. The idea that affirmative action directly steals from white people, puts a black person in the position of a white person, pretty funny considering they tried doing that with white people and it didn't work. So then they had to go and find Asian dumbasses who were silly enough to be the little soldiers of the white guys that set up these organizations. So what now? Now all of a sudden affirmative action immediately indicates that black people are dumb and they're displacing white people? Yeah, they couldn't even find an American Asian dude. They found a Canadian one. Would you say the same about Clarence Thomas? Probably. He's that racist. Oh, this was a wild take too. Look at this one.
Well, Mr. Chairman, though, that was unbelievably inspiring. My amendment has nothing to do with whether or not colored people or black people or anybody can serve.
This guy goes, what? Yo, my man dropped the C word. And I'm not talking cracker, folks. Whoo! It's back. Racism is so back, dude. White people are so back. 2023 is the year of the white folks, okay?
Okay? It has nothing to do with color of your skin, any of that stuff. What we want to preserve and maintain is the fact that our military does not become a social experiment. We want
The military's always been a social experiment. It's pretty funny.
The best of the best. We want to have standards that guide who's in what unit, what they do. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, the Russians, the Chinese, the Iranians, the North Koreans, they are not doing this because they want the strongest military possible. I hope my colleagues on the other side can understand what we're doing. Thank you so much.
It's like, damn, let me tell you something, Mr. Speaker. There ain't no black people in the Russian military, and there ain't no black people in the Iranian military. What's that about? What's going on now? What's going on there, Mr. Speaker? Why is the Iranian military all Iranian?
Mr. Speaker, asking to be recognized to have the words colored people.
For what purposes does gentlelady seek recognition?
I'd like to be recognized to have the words colored people stricken from the record. I find it offensive.
Oh, I can't wait for them to be like, what group are you a part of? The NAACP? Watch. They 100% they hit that. Yes, because we all know that colored people is horrifically racist while people of color is perfectly acceptable. Nobody can explain why this is the case. Everyone can explain this. This is the easiest thing to explain. It's called people first language. A person, instead of saying a colored person, you say people of color because it's people first language. It directly means that they are a person first and then a person of color second. Like these are secondary qualities. That's it. It's so easy. I did it. I just did it. This is my second favorite Republican commentary. My second favorite Republican commentary is other than vice signaling, okay? Other than vice signaling, where you just basically tell everybody and their mom that you're the worst person ever and that you just literally love vices, like you're a bad guy, you're a bully. My second favorite type of Republican commentary is just when you go, nobody can explain this. It's really fucking weird. What? Nobody can explain how airplanes fly. Nobody can explain how the fucking DMV works. It's like, no, everyone can do that. You can't because you're a fucking idiot. And you know that your goddamn community is full of fucking idiots too. So you just go, yeah, nobody can explain it. It's like, no, everybody fucking can explain it. Like professionals can explain it. This is like a thing that people have explained and could be explained. It's very simple. Yeah, the tide goes in, tide goes out. Can't explain that. Awesome. So dumb. White powder found in the White House and nothing happened. Imagine if it was anthrax and I was like, yeah, that's a different thing, lol. That's what your conservative dad said. Like he gives a shit. Like conservatives would be the ones sending the fucking anthrax to kill Joe Biden and they're like, oh, what if it was anthrax? Yeah, guess what? If it was fucking anthrax, the Secret Service would have still done the same shit. They would have figured out who sent it. Biden left cocaine out in the open. Yeah, he did. Also, there has been times, anthrax is a really funny thing to mention here because there have been times where there have been anthrax scares and then we found out that suspiciously, that anthrax story was, maybe a little bit more than 9/11 as a matter of fact, done in-house, if you know what I mean.
And very inappropriate.
Is the gentlelady asking for unanimous consent to take down the words?
I am asking for unanimous consent to take down the words of referring to me or any of my colleagues as colored people.
For what purpose, the gentleman from Arizona?
Can I amend my comments to people of color?
The gentleman wishes to amend his comments. Is the gentleman asking consent?
Mr. Speaker, to have the word stricken. I didn't ask for an amendment.
Is there unanimous consent to have the word stricken? Without objection, so ordered.
We need the strongest non-woke men in the military. Yeah, like that guy. What do you mean? He's the strongest and he's non-woke. What are you talking about?